I graduated college, I realized that I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to do, so I had a bunch of odd jobs. And one of them was painting a mural for these twin boys. And I had never painted a mural before. It was my first one. And so I spent a long time doing it, and I became really close to the family that whose house it was at. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I wanted to continue doing it. I was like, this is going to be my job. So I kept in contact with the family. Christmas rolls around, and Alex, the mother, calls me up, and she's like, our company's family Christmas party is looking for someone to do face painting. And I think that there's going to be some people there that might want a mural done in their house, and it would be a great networking opportunity for you, and plus it's a paid gig, so if you're interested, like, let me know. So I was, of course, super interested, so I show up, all dressed up with, like, my business cards, this fancy hotel, and they sit me at a table, they give me these face paint sticks, and my job is just basically to paint whatever the kids want on their faces. So the kids have all these crazy ideas of what they want on their face, but the first girl, it just takes the first girl who comes up to me, who just wants a dog on her cheek, for me to realize that I have no idea how to face paint. These face painting sticks were they're like crayons. They were very hard and thick, and the kids kept moving, and their cheeks were so soft and little, and by the time I was done with the dog, it was just like this brown smudge on her face. It might as well have just been that. It was horrible. And I still had all the kids left to go, not to mention the whole point was to get me to paint these people's walls, and I can't even paint their faces, their kids' faces, so I was panicking. So the next kid comes up, and I come up with this idea. I'm like, how about I turn you into a dog? So I'll put some black on your nose and some spots on your face and some whiskers, and then you can bark and pretend you're a dog, and your parents won't recognize you. It'll be really great and really fun. And the kid's like, no, I want a ninja fighting, a robot, dinosaur police officer. So I was like, okay, I know that if I can get one of these kids to want something simple on their face, the rest of them are going to want it. So I come up with this next idea, which is, how about you paint my face however you want, and then I get to paint your face however I want. So they're really excited about this idea. Him and all of his friends take the face painting sticks and just go at my face. They give me a mustache, unibrow, scribbling everywhere, all over my face. But it totally worked. I mean, after that, they totally trusted me to just paint their face however they wanted. I made them dogs or cats or whatever. It was very easy. One little kid came up to me and was like, can you make me a football player? And I was like, you mean put the black lines under your cheek? And he's like, yeah. I was like, yes, I can do that. And then all the kids wanted to be football players, so it was great. I was satisfied. The kids were happy. So I go to eat and start networking with the adults, which is what I was really excited about. I get my fancy meal and I sit down and I, start introducing myself. I was like, I know Alex, I painted a mural in her house, and, all the adults are very receptive, and they're like, oh, that's a great idea. We might want a mural in our house, and so I'm handing out my business cards. I'm feeling really good. And then I run into Alex, who just takes one look at me and starts hysterically laughing, and she's just like, what happened to your face? And that's when I realized why all the parents kept asking me if I babysit. They're like, do you also babysit? So, I mean, the damage was done, and I knew that it was going to take a lot of scrubbing, so I decided to keep the face paint on. And I felt a little bit out of place, and I worried that nobody took me seriously when I was handing out my business cards. But the night ended with an all-you-can-eat, build-your-own ice cream sundae buffet. And to see all of the adults get so excited over the ice cream and the hot fudge and the sprinkles and the nuts, I knew that even though I was the only one with the paint all over my face, we were all just kids at heart. So, thank you.